kind of depending on what KARMINE Corp is doing right now, but even if they're going like the classic Nautilus route here, I'd still say, oh, they're going for Rakan. But I'd still say that Los Ratones bot lane is stronger here.
Yeah, Mohonix, what do you feel like? We see all the pick and bans coming on through, so 10 champions will represent this first game. What do you feel like? KCB, maybe Los Ratones? Who do you think has this first game in their pocket?
Just remind you all of the stakes. Winner of this best of 3 advances to top 8. The loser will face EY tomorrow for a final chance at securing a top 8 spot. Los Ratones on a little bit of an adventure here. Temporal. They're looking for Mainta. The flash from Reckless committed already. The auto attacks, one more would have been needed for the concussive blows to have stacked, and instead Mainta makes his way out.
Well,
but yeah, it is an organization.
There's also the first week of Flash in LFL, which didn't go so hot and ended up with a tiebreaker that sent Game War down. The engage here from Enzo won't go too far. Trading in topside has let Velya get in.
Oh, BAUS. Potentially not playing weak side for once. I think he'll be a very happy man with that as Velya. Now forced to go back into his jungle. So much pressure on both of these sides. The French community against the Rats, really. The battle lines have been drawn as Mainta. Finds a pretty good trade. It could find BAUS as well for the solo kill. First blood should be secure at the jump. And the lamppost slams down for first blood. If you're unfamiliar with the SoloQ name, has been in the NLC before as well for Riddland. Been very good in particular. He's Akali, I remember, has obviously found success as well in KCB as Isma. Caught out here by Velya. Reckless rotating up as well. His fate is all but sealed as Velya. We'll get that first one. He's TP behind. I don't think BAUS has realized this yet. It might be a little too late. Good flash, good autos. As the goal, he used the ultimate. Mainta, that is brilliant. Sidesteps the ult and finds another solo kill on BAUS. He could potentially do that here as well. The Kraken Slayer already built a fine goalie, already found as the Su has the next one to be picked off and instantly evaporates off the rift.
Once again,
he's not done. He's not done. He wants more. The Heartbreaker flies wide though as the Killer Instinct goes out towards safety, but there is no safety really for Exa as feats of warfare acclaimed. Velya cannot be stopped so far. He goes forward beneath 2 turrets and he happily finds the kill as Mainta. One more auto from finding BAUS, but he's able to survive.
Won't have the teleport, but with those symbiotic shoes already got the recall through, we'll be able to get back up to top relatively quickly. And it looks like first tower, the Rats just about can't get it.
Mainta? No kill threat here, right? But his damage is impressive. Maybe I was wrong. This time the mana bar almost full. Holding our breath really when we got over there. It's so close to really just leading to that solo kill. First throw though to be claimed. Will it cost them anything as Exa desperately trying to do damage, but there is nothing that can be done. He's not far enough ahead in the game yet to really have a say. TP in from Mainta. They want more. They are trying to squeeze everything out of this counter move, but they can't gain anything. Los Ratones just walk out.
That's absolutely fantastic in the 2 versus 4.
They're looking for the dive. They won't give it. They won't give it. The Killer Instinct forward, but can they really close the gap? Crowny has the flash, and that should be enough to buy more time. The Grand Entrance though connects. The Ignite is ticking. They finally found it, but what has it cost them as Mainta now the next target? Velya has already found one. Nemesis has rotated down, and it's not just gonna be 2. They want all 3.
Enzo with the fantastic find onto Crowny, had to go so deep just at the right time. But KC Blue pay the iron price. That is absolutely vicious. Velya coming through will pick up another, goes to 5-0-2 on his signature Viego, but they will pay for it with their top tier 2.
Definitely paying a price, and what do they get out of it? Nothing really. KCB, Temporal, what do you do now when you're sitting in this position? I mean, you're losing across the map. You're not really gaining anything.
Oh, this is beautiful.
As a driver's license, not quite earned by Velya.
No, not quite. Could have maybe arced it down into mid, but getting knocked into
This is what you do. You go for Nemesis, who's isolated and all on his own. He's down to half force to flash away as the Killer Instinct now comes in. Exa wants the kill and he gets it. Immediately shut down, claimed by Isma. And they've gotten 2. They've gotten Velya as well. I was asking the question, and immediately Temporal, they give us the answer.
It did. Crowny was not there, was spotted leaving mid lane on a wave. And with that, KC Blue knew they had the numbers advantage. It looks like they're going to extend into BAUS here. Overextending into BAUS has been their issue so far, but no punish here from the Rats.
Yeah, no one can punish it this time. There is no Villian Nemesis rotating up. BAUS can run for a few seconds, but I don't think there's an escape from this one. Good flash.
No way.
No way. No way BAUS get out of this. And there was indeed no way. Mainta will take him down in the end. Artican has now spawned. The gold lead still in Lost Ratones' favor, but a huge counter punch and hope for KCB. Lost Ratones, though, not done yet. They want the chase to continue, and they don't want this fight to end.
All right, Crowny's here this time. Reckless up in the front will dissuade KCB from further play. Mainta had to TP back to his Nexus towers there. He escaped the hard way, and with it, Crowny will start the objective. BAUS no teleport, and he's still not on the map. KC Blue might have time to get in on this, but Artican's not as tanky as he looks.
Yeah, especially when it's the withdrawal Artican, right? It doesn't have as much damage, doesn't have as much HP, and Milia, despite dying before 2 items, does a lot of damage. Same can be said across. We'll keep our eyes on the Lost Ratones carries. I want to see Villia as well, though. Huge! 2 stealing away there from Isma, but it's not enough quite yet. The engage doesn't lead to more! As SoloQ finds a massive Emperor's Divide, and he puts the carries right into the waiting hands. If not for the Artican, this would have been a clean ace for KCB.
Bit of a disaster there. The Rats sent packing, but they do have major cooldowns out now, so the approach on this next dragon, if they choose to revenge it, they should be able to get some kills out. If they are able to rush it down, KC Blue gotta be happy with that big key teamfight ultimates back to back. The Impale into the Divide, into Exit Kick. And with the tank profile for KC Blue, and this is something we're going to see come up over EMEA Masters and probably professional play if things keep up the way they are. Again, yeah, it was a thing at first hand. Ezreal's such a really cool pick and draft. You dissuade a Varus into you. You set up this gameplay where you can be really non-interactive and you stand away. You can't kill big tanks. If there's an Ornn on the enemy team, Nemesis just at the edge of what's reasonable here.
No flash. What can he realistically do as the Impale comes through the kill? All but secured. Investing a few ultimates in it, but that's all they'll get. They'll claim the turret as well. Happy days here for KCB.
Felt confident maybe that Valiant was nearby and not expecting all of KC Blue to tunnel in on this turret. With BAUS basing on the far side, that's KC Blue just narrowing that gap again. He's done so well, hasn't he? Because if you look back, there's not a lot of first place there for Valia.
Not a lot.
It really was the upswing. There was Bad Lions, which was Evo, Nemesis, and Crowny, and the Baron. It's all on his shoulders. He's got to steal it.
We're keeping our eyes on Velia, the one with the least experience on the biggest stage, now has to step up. He's charmed and sees it. He's down immediately, but Exa falls, and the veterans continue to fight. The Baron doing so much damage to SoloQ, forcing him out. The counter-strike is good, but you're all alone, Mainta, as the Rats group up, and they take down 2. They'll chase for more, as they're not quite done. The bank comes through for SoloQ. In the final seconds, he finds safety as BAUS unable to cancel it down and take it on their own. I think maybe both teams are aware that if that happens, they can just start the more important objective as Isma tries to go over the wall. BAUS says no, but the team isn't there to back him up. The Impale now coming through, Killer Instinct. BAUS might just be caught. He doesn't have the flash, but he'll push one away as the Sewer buys time in the front line. Here comes Mainta with the TP. He found BAUS, but he's not dead yet. Nasu instead is the one to fall, and they're going forward. They're finding more. 2 kills for the Rats as BAUS pushes this game to its very limits.
Bowson's Law strikes again. The formula will be you cast all of your important ultimates on BAUS, and he gets away with it for free. Absolutely fantastic from the Rats. They dive in to save their scuttled teammate. They will be rewarded with the dragon and an opportunity at this Baron as Nemesis and Reckless move up. It's such short moves. They start the Baron. They invite KC Blue into what will likely be a final dance.
10 seconds death time on Mainta with no TP. Just used it before. Isma can hope for the steal. It is, though, a 50-50. They can't keep him out of the pit. We'll keep our eyes on SoloQ as well. The damage from him must be there. Isma in the pit. They can cancel it now and just kill the jungler. Take him down, guys. But no, they can't. They force him out of the pit and secure the Baron instead. SoloQ down to half. The carry who has to do it here for KCB. Already on the brink as Exa takes a massive Mystic shot to the face, and Lost Ratones survive with all 5 Barons.
Through the Poppy, walking through the Braum does mean they'll pay with their tier 2. SoloQ no longer with the teleport, no longer with the flash, both burned in front of the Baron, so we can't play the long lane on bot.
Isma.
With that, Isma's going to try and find something.
It's just reckless though, that's not the target you want, and now instead the damage gets turned slowly but surely on towards him. The Impale is on 2, but Crowny QSS's it, and as SoloQ desperately tried to put out the damage, he was simply unable to do enough. Mainta now focusing on clearing the wave, a sign of desperation, as KCB, the blue wall, more cracks are starting to fall.
It is desperation play from both. They've bought, honestly, more time than I thought. Only 50 seconds left on the Baron power play. No major towers cracked. And Mainta should not survive here, but the top tier 3 survives, the mid tier 3 unassaulted. They've largely done the job, even though they've had to pay for it.
I mean, this is delayed death timers, right? Isma is up in 10 when Mainta now dies here. Lost Ratones, 30 seconds. While we've tried to highlight these are the fit guys, as BAUS surely he's not going to kill SoloQ here, right? Just able to walk it out and being a bit annoying. But this time it's about the collective. They've been on the same page. They've all stepped up together, coordinated in the plays. They've been able to recoup the gold that they had initially lost from their big goal leader. Now they're pushing for tier 2 in bot lane as well as... I mean, I'm impressed. It's a way stronger performance than we saw yesterday, and it had to be, as KCB are no pushers.
We don't normally associate
BAUS
with them in their best moments. BAUS, oh,
BAUS.
That's a nice trade. No Emperor's Divide.
Stuck underneath the turret though. As I think, I mean, he could just die here to the Sand Soldiers, or not the Sand Soldiers. Instead, the turret as the shutdown gets claimed by SoloQ. And look at what's spawning in 5 seconds. We've seen this story before. As Nemesis is now the target. This is just a window. That's a Drake spawning Soul. And no BAUS on the map for 40.
No Rakan ultimate, no Emperor's Divide, no Impale, despite the Rats being a member down. If Nemesis manages the front line, Velia and Crowny should be able to take this.
They'll have to fight in 4v5, and they claim the Soul initially. Velia, the immediate target, but they can't lock him down. Killer Instinct available if they find the CC on the right target, but despite it being a 4v5, the Rats find a way to claim the Soul. Need something here, and they have to get it soon. Isma's looking for BAUS, but we all know how that story ended last time. It's not a good choice to go in on him, as Isma instantly tucks his tail between his legs, and now it's Lost Ratone stepping up.
Rapid fire shots out from Crowny. SoloQ in trouble here.
They want to force this, but I think KCB is just able to get out. Yeah, flash forward from both Mainta and Isma. Huge cooldowns to be burning as the Baron is standing. So they'll turn their attention to that.
Teleports available for Mainta. That low health bar will be regenerated. SoloQ will have to be the leading edge here. Isma distracted by BAUS.
But same could be said for Mainta. He's TPing right into his own demise as BAUS looks to be taken down. He buys so much time, but same story can be told for Mainta, who will also fall. 4v4 now as Baron's still available.
Being a top laner is just not it, eh? You gotta be this like selfless hero. You gotta teleport into 4 people, buy enough space, your team doesn't get collapsed on. SoloQ. He is so low. Flash and Empress Divide available, but he's almost already taken down. One more Mystic Shot would have done it, but it's enough to claim the Baron regardless. Absolutely brutal. SoloQ has done so well. Not gone down this entire game. Has done so much damage and held positions that KC Blue just as the objective comes up. So that's the most favorable position. From here, the Rats don't have to start a fight. They do have to react to KC Blue seeing an opportunity. It's not coming to pass just yet.
Yeah, unable to crack open the base. The blue wall stands strong for now, despite an almost 10k gold lead. 9k would be a more accurate description. Mainta pushing on top. He can't easily join in with no TP. Objective bounties will soon be available, and oh, do they need them, KCB. As Nemesis steps up confidently, will crack open the base. The first hole in the wall can now be seen as they can peek in towards behind the curtains, and there lies a grateful victory.
Alright, the tier 3 goes down. They can't bridge back to mid. They have lost a tier 2 in bot. Mainta trying to do his best to go as fast as possible. Multiple recalls in from Lost Ratones.
By the scatter of the weak, he needs to be strong at this moment and stand tall as Isma is the one to initially be caught. Mainta's in on the back, but they've committed on the front end as Crowny's being taken down by Mainta. He's CC'd up for ages. SoloQ still alive, pretty much untouched. This looks good for KCB. As they've already got one of the carries. Velia is next up on the menu, and SoloQ will take him down. It's a 3-0 into the hands of the Elder Dragon for KCB.
Despite BAUS's best efforts, couldn't defend his backline there. Will teleport into mid to try and damage the tier 3. Nemesis playing as much time as he can, trying to stop the bases. Gets Enser and will cancel. The Elder Dragon goes over to KC Blue.
Fight has already been lost, the carries have been killed. Isma now potentially caught, but the Impale! It's on 3, but it's on all of the front line as Nemesis and Crowley just free fire from the back line. Exa jumps forward and looks to try and win it all here. BAUS taken down in the back line as Mainter buys so much space and so much time as KCB now continue their march forward, unable to find more as Lost Ratones.
They'll easily be able to pick up this tier 2. I don't think Lost Ratones can hold this tier 3 without some absolute magic coming to pass.
Magic is needed. The Rats need to find something here. They need to cook up something magical. The goal leads still slightly in their favor, but that could quickly change. More neutral objectives falling. The Rats might take their second defeat ever in real competition. It is a best of 3. There are more chances, but as they push back to their Nexus turrets, it's an unfamiliar sight to see. Or what is written in the stars really to be the final fight. 30 seconds time. Nemesis cannot be caught now. The Scatter of the Weak comes through, but it's not okay. It's not good enough. He's down. He is dead. Massive shutdown and massive pick before the Elder.
Exekick comes flying in. Yeah. Whatever happens, they've probably had a brief discussion about what they want to do differently to avoid this, to make certain things happen again. BAUS coming in onto Mainter.
And there will be no assistance of anyone from KCP. They are pinging on the top side. Can Mainter buy enough time? No, is the emphatic answer. 8-second recalls need to come through, and he buys more than I would expect. Now Crowley needs to be careful here. He's realistically all alone, and Inhibitor will fall as Velia is being pushed out by SoloQ. They just get the Inhibitor. They break open the base on another angle.
Performing so excellently on the EMEA Master stage. Stalemate here favors KC.
BAUS has been impaled, and now they go forward. Good Scatter of the Weak onto 3. They got SoloQ, but there was no initial follow-up. Mainter looking for the flank. BAUS down to half. Crowley now trying to get control of the mid wave, and as the Elder spawns, no one can instantly start it up as the Scatter of the Weak connects on 2.
Alright, teleport back out and in from BAUS. He's going to continue to cover the mid lane. The Rats are onto the Dragon for the first time in minutes. KC Blue looking to recontest it. They are assembled.
Has been engaged upon, but the Scatter of the Weak only finds Isma, and BAUS taken solo. Mings is still on the flank. The engage down comes through. Exa, he looks for Nemesis, but he can't find him. He gets blown up. Scatter of the Weak finds SoloQ. He buys some time with the stopwatch as Isma desperately tries to seize up BAUS, and finally he gets taken down. The Elder's still on the map though, as who gets it? It is Isma who secures it as Nemesis gets taken down. Velia needs to be the hero, but there is no hero for Lost Ratones today. It's SoloQ with a triple kill, and I cannot believe it, Temporal.
Absolute disasters. It looked like on our side.
This was solo Mainter. Look who's in the base. SoloQ's in the base. He's gonna end it here right now at this moment. It took 53 minutes, but the blue wall does not falter.
KC Blue from a deficit in the early game. They won't manage to break Reckless here. They'll get Crowny. They'll get the Nexus in an absolute fist fight. They had to cook. They had to wait for their composition to become uneclipsable.
Range support on mid lane, then I'd be less surprised than the other way around.
Well, I like what you're thinking. However, it could also be Tristana top lane or something. So I think we're gonna have to wait 30 seconds until it's actually.
Where are they going, man? Give us a hint.
It's Discord, buddy. Just hit the mute button, and we are on to the Rift for game number 2.
Yeah, it's not EMEA Masters without a mute, but we're here. We're back. We're here for more Lost Ratones. I'm now here taking over from Duckling to give it the English flair. Maybe that's what Lost Ratones were missing. They were missing the double English casting on this stream to potentially pick up that win. But Temporal, they've been to 50 minutes a couple of times. Game 2 yesterday didn't take that long.
It was more of a release thing because you had so many less restrictions on the E, on the W. Apparently engaged upon.
We're talking about restrictions, getting knocked up there, plus the slows. Shields do come in, but
the spear.
A lot of damage. The spear, good flash from Crowny will keep him alive. But how long do they wait? Getting pincered now behind the tower. Another dodge. Crowny just trying to survive. The shield's going to keep them up for a little bit longer, but Isma takes the kill, and Reckless may not be able to get out of this one either. Flashes away to stay alive, and Velia will finally come through to push them out of the middle of that lane. But, it's a nice early play from KCB getting ahead. Plausible to even go top, right? BAUS is quite low. Mainter slowly pushing him in. The Nidalee coming up top. They may not even need
no.
the Nidalee. One more bit of damage will do it. BAUS in big trouble. Isma just needs to hope that the shield isn't up, really. The recall coming in, but I don't know if you got the time. The spears are going to stop him back in Temporal. It's time for the tower dive, and BAUS is going to stay alive for a little bit longer. Now with the team here, this could be a turnaround. The flash out. Here comes the Sivir, and Isma has been cooked. Jebaited. Yeah, but I do like this. They've got the TP, they've got pressure, they've got a couple of plates, right? They're building themselves back into this game after that early deficit. And it is starting to pay out for them, right? Exa, however, is getting solo XP as they're slowly taking that dragon. So again, advantages are going to be going over to KTB slightly, but the grubs will be nicely traded by LR.
Yeah, we don't have sort of a super grubs user outside of the Tristana in this game. So I love the Rats once again getting the first 3. I'd like to see them come back for the second 3, though. In the first game, they gave that over in return for a dragon. We went to 5 dragons taken, and then finally the Mountain Soul, and then you probably saw, Jay, 3 Elder Dragons to close that one out. Just a few dragons last game. So we'll see how many.
I thought League was supposed to be ending faster this season. You know, 3 Elder Dragons tells me otherwise. Isma now on the invade. It is going to be a support versus jungle matchup here. Obviously, nearly known for a lot of damage. Velia can definitely dish out some of their own. The Asher are going to go slightly wide. Lost Ratones, they are going to hold on to this jungle, but they might be going too far deep. 4 members in. Velia in trouble, going to flash away. Does get over the wall, but Exa chasing them down. The slows are there, and Maokai will finally fall down. BAUS trying to help his teammate, but will just have to run back on the tower.
Looks like he's going to try and hold main turret and delay the base once again, meaning it's more of a fair fight on the top side. Ooh, Crowny and Reckless will have to burn heal, but Nemesis is out of lane.
Yeah, but the grubs now have been started. Isma able to chunk them down and should just be able to get free claim of this objective. So not going to allow Los Ratones those 6 grubs, and SoloQ putting that pressure onto Nemesis once again, almost getting the kill. Nemesis has to flash, and all around the map it's going KC's way, which is not good for the NLC fans right now. BAUS also is in trouble. Will be able to stop Mainta from getting anywhere near close to him. But at the moment, we need a little bit of success for the NLC as Enter finding a bit of a target here. There goes the Nidalee, and goodbye to Reckless.
Didn't manage to body block the Ash Arrow, both taking it to heart there. A real shame. KCB pushing that one forwards. We'll continue on to Velia.
Happening again.
Oh!
Velia just completely obliterated. I don't know what the Maokai thought, and BAUS, I don't know where you're going. Kills are being gifted over to Carmine, and Temporal, I hate to say it, but it's starting to get a little out of control. Well,
anyway,
way,
up against the Prime League team.
Crowny might be, because Wild Growth having to be utilized. Exa backing away there was a little bit interesting, so Crowny's actually going to stay alive. But all in all, right, it is definitely not looking good. I will say, Ratones, if they can get to those later stages, right, there is a world where they can scale enough. We've all seen what Sivir can do 3 items. We know how Tristana gets.
Yeah, for sure. Both with the new Yuntal arrows as well. The crit, so we're not even like conditionally doing bits of AD. It's just maximum damage the game allows. Crowny using the barrier to secure the back there. The shielded damage does not cancel the recall. Won't be here in time for this dragon, but will be here to either defend their jungle or stand up in lane, collect a bit more gold. With that in mind, this is kind of a mirror image of last game. KC Blue went about 2k down after the first fight that really didn't go their way. First struggle. We'll have to see if Lots of Returns can take on that role of late game resilience in a difficult position, and whether they can make it work as the twisted advances forward.
It looks good. It looks good so far. Enser is caught out and completely removed. Velia picks up the kill, though. That's not what they wanted to see, but it's a good question, Temporal, right? Because we didn't get to see Los Ratones, you know, really pushed domestically. They weren't behind pretty much ever unless they had kind of put themselves there. And it's a sentiment where finally getting to see how they play with that pressure is going to be really interesting and telling about their chances in this tournament. As right now, it does seem like they've had a bit of a second win. The life is being breathed into them as BAUS in a bit of trouble maybe, but the tower might do enough to force Mainta away.
KARMINE Corp, Rift Herald, no doubt.
Oh no. Oh no.
BAUS. Oh, BAUS.
Goodbye. Goodbye, BAUS. The tower's going to go down, and so will the Nautilus. Can he take one with him? The answer is no.
That's a real struggle. Nemesis might be able to continue to push this lane. Velius here as well, but the minion wave will be extinguished before anyone arrives. So despite 4 people coming, this is still a pretty elongated dive.
Oh, they're forcing pretty hard. The lockdown is there, the slows, but where's the damage? It's Reckless and Velia, like they're doing a little bit, but against Mainta has the World Ender, gonna force them both away, use the ultimates. Yes, they'll get the tower, but can they get out? Mainta's now on the chase, although may have gone a little bit far here. 4 members are deep, they're moving forward, but there's the Aatrox. The World Ender comes down, 2 dead. Los Ratones did not calculate the play the way they thought it was going to be. Nemesis falls as well, and KCB says you don't belong here.
If you take fight too close, if you let the Aatrox get the approach, it is too much to deal with. That was example 1, and to not have it happen again, Lost Returns have got to slow right down.
But they're running out of options. I hate to say it so early on, but it feels like they're starting to run out of options to slow it down in itself, right? Because the Rel can go for those engages. Ashe with the pick potential from the arrow, right? The dash in from both SoloQ and also Mainta, right? It's available. They're ready to put the pressure on to Los Ratones. And if Los Ratones can't hold out themselves temporal, then I don't really know how they're going to stop this steamroller from going all the way over their pavement.
Was enough to get the later game team composition to an advantageous position.
Oh, Nemesis stunned immediately. Nice. Well, will give them the space, gets the kill, and that's the ticket they need back into the game. No, saving the Ashe. And we need a few more of those. A few more picks, build themselves back into the game, maybe even around this dragon, right? 8 seconds up. They're a man advantage in the lead. Maybe they can take this off the map.
It is just a Cloud Dragon. With the sort of opportunity of all that move speed, being able to contribute to these 2 carries, being evasive, staying away from the threat.
Oh, it's locked down. It's locked down. In trouble. Could be caught out here, but able to get over the wall. However, on the flip side of this fight, BAUS low. SoloQ having to walk away, though. Ratones not losing any members, but not picking up any either. And that mid tower going down to the Herald.
I think that's okay for Lost Returns. They are going to get
Isma gets killed. Nemesis with a nice pick up there, and will be able to get away as well. So kill plus dragon for the tower. Is it worth? Pingso going to Atacon now. So it does look like KC going to start to mobilize down onto that bot lane. And to be fair, I don't think there's a lot that Ratones can do here. We're starting to see Velia walk down, but can't really go and check that out. They will trade it for a tower, so another tier 1 unlocked. A bit of pressure put mid as well.
It's a bit of gold. I think the experience will actually go a long way when you play the champions like Nidalee. Summon a spell cooldown. Oh, in it comes. It is Mainta into mid lane.
And straight at them as well. And Ratones not running away. There's the Magnastorm. 3 core, immediately 2 dead. And that is so much damage coming in from SoloQ. BAUS trying to run away, will hook himself, but not to safety. Another kill. And KC are looking to end this game soon, temporal.
The Rats have got all the range in their composition. But what is all the range to enter flashing forwards and dropping the Magnet Storm? A huge blender that does not end well, despite the wild growth, despite the Rats doing their best. It isn't enough. They're going to start to bleed some more towers and infrastructure here, and it's all Nemesis and Reckless can do. Just wander around, pick up some gold, and get ready to go again. It needs to be direct access. SoloQ and Isma can do a lot from long range with the poke and with the setup. They don't have all the burst in the world.
We're getting another fight. Now BAUS is the frontline target. Ensa is going to go down early. Now onto Mainta. They're switching the targets up, but SoloQ is forcing them down towards the bottom side of the map and picking up kills already. The damage is dropping in, and they just don't have the stats. They don't have the items. Nemesis pushes Mainta so low, but does not die. With Reckless, will be able to stay alive. Will be able to keep pressure high. However, it is still KCB taking it all. Baron is on the map and open.
I think the Rats are getting pulled around their 2 conditions. Do you defend the Civ? Do you stand behind the Tristana? Who's getting which cooldown? This is a very high execution composition, and it's starting to stress them.
Oh, Velia, surely. Could he go for the steal? It's not going to have time. It will be the Baron picked up. KCB now actually going to find the Maokai. This could be a pick to end it all, really. They're going to pick that one, and now maybe they look for more. They're going into the top side jungle. Lost Ratones. They're in a weird spot here, temporal. They're trying to run out, but KCB are hot on this chase. They want blood. They want to find them. They smell the end of this game sooner rather than later. BAUS going to fall down, and more towers are near to come. The stun as well from downtown. Can they do anything with it? The stun's landing damage on top, and SoloQ absolutely obliterates Reckless.
SoloQ has had an incredible series. 0 deaths throughout. Stood up to Nemesis in lane. Something that is very, very hard to do for anyone at all. And with it, the base starts to break. Jay, it took ages to get through the base in game 1. I don't think it's going to take so long in game 2. Nemesis hooked in.
Does not look likely. Nemesis going to go down immediately. Tower falling, inhib falling, mid tower falling as well. 2 towers holding on strong, but for how long? Temporal, Velia and Crowny, they can't keep tabs on it. Another tower falls. The minions, they're slamming forward. The damage is raining in. There isn't anything the rats can do right now but scurry, because at the moment, KCB, they're in a flurry. They're moving forward. They're looking for the end. 1 more inhib down. 1 tower and a nexus is all they need to take. The rats with a big knock-up. Can they do the damage? In goes Rel. Down goes Ratones. And it will be KCB moving on through.
They will make it to the next round of the tournament. Congratulations, KARMINE CORP Blue. That was a fantastic series.